Hey there, my name is Benjamin, CEO and founder here at Bolt Deals, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how two 20-year-olds who work together were able to close $75,000 in assignment fees in 1 month. That month specifically was last month, which is December of 2024. Today is January 1st, 2025, so we wrapped up, got the data right here, and you can see the dates right here. So I'm really excited because I'm going to be showing you a little intro about them, the proof, the results, and the KPIs, our exact strategy, why it works, and what not to do, as well as takeaways, as well as action items for you to implement into your wholesaling business. That way you can scale it as well. So let's dive in and show you the proof. So to give you context, there's two of them. There's Grant and then there's Carson. Carson does a little bit of the acquisitions on the front end. Grant, from what I understand, does the dispositions on the back end, right? So they're partners. As you can see right here, obviously I blocked out the addresses, right? Because I don't want people, there's weird people online. December 31st, 2024, we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 contracts are active right now, ready to get closed. There's one that's still figuring out, and 1, 2, 3, 4 that are terminated, right, for whatever reason. Not every deal goes to the closing table, unfortunately. And you can count it all up here. He goes about 75,000. As you can see right here, as I was texting him, he was locking up a Facebook lead, and then they lock about 1 to 2 a day on average, and they do land as well, right? And something I really wanted to highlight, and I'll go through this later, is that their dispo process, right? I'm actually going to have them out here in Austin, Texas for a podcast and a client vlog where we're going to be going over this. So I'm really, really excited about that. But their process is able to help them get 3 to 5 offers within the first 2 hours of getting a property under contract. Is extremely crazy, right? So that's that. Let's dive into the data, right? So actually, as you can see right here, here's a screenshot of his ad account, all the amounts spent, things like that. But I will actually show you the KPIs live because obviously we're running his accounts, so we can show you. So here we are in his ad account. You can see the dates right here is December 1st, 2024. Let's refresh it real quick to make sure that they're real numbers, right? Let's go over it real quick. So for December last month, same thing. 109 leads were generated, $20 cost per lead. CPM's a little high, but that's typical during the Christmas, December time. A click-through rate, so our creative. So what is a click-through rate? Let's start there. What is a click-through rate? A click-through rate is calculated by how many impressions convert into clicks, right? So if we show 1,000 people and 200 or 20 of them click, that's a 2% click-through rate, right? And the amount spent is almost $2,200. Let's call it $2,200 flat, right? So we'd split test different campaigns, different ad sets, as well as different creatives to generate these leads, right? So let's go back and dive into the data even more. So $2,200 ad spend. It's about $70 a day in ad spend. In one of my other videos, I mentioned we typically don't start clients out at $100 a day, but they are set at $100 a day. But the campaigns are running so well is that we don't even need to spend that much to get the results, right? Out of that, 109 leads generated. Cost per lead, as you can see, is 20.15, $20. Platform is Facebook ads. Contracts, 13 contracts, 1 pending deal, 8 active/closed, right? And out of that, we have about $75,000 in assignment fees, a return on ad spend of 34x. This is not typical. I doubt this will stay consistent, but for 1 month, it's not bad at all. Our average assignment fee is a little low. It's under $10,000. It's about $9,300. Cost per contract is an astonishing $168 per contract, which is absolutely not common at all, right? Deals terminated is 4 for title issues or whatever the case may be, and profit/net free cash, which I calculate by revenue subtracted by ad spend, is about $72,000 in profit. So the KPIs are absolutely phenomenal, which is why I'm so excited to share this case study. But let's talk about why are they so successful. First is because of the fact that they have a highly profitable inbound marketing campaign. So with that said, let me show you what this inbound marketing campaign looks like. And this is the exact same pillar that we use for all of our clients. So starting at lead flow, we break into 3 main pillars. Our self-sustaining lead gen flow, which breaks into 3 pillars. Our first is our top of funnel cold traffic. What this is people who have never heard about us and are seeing us for the first time, right? Cold traffic. Middle funnels are retargeting. Bottom of funnel nurturing is our nurture sequences, which I'll dive into in a second here. But let's dive straight in. When it comes to our media buying process, we break it down to 3 phases. There's testing, optimize, and scale. Let's break this down. We are testing the creatives, the audiences, the landing page to see what are the winners. We're optimizing around the data to find those winners, right? So let's say ad 1 is outperforming based off of cost per lead or cost per MQL, which stands for cost per marketing qualified lead. We will scale it and optimize around that, and then scale, right? Turn off what's working or turn off what's not working and scale what is working, right? Let's not turn off what's not working. That's not a good idea. So don't do that. So our ads, right? Our ad is our creative. This is an example of a few that we have that are really performing well. And the way we do it is we actually target based off of motivations, right? So instead of the generic we buy houses, cash offer as is type of ads, we want to go a step further, targeting specific motivations, making those call outs. And what this results in is not only a better cost per lead, but a more qualified leads come in, right? And typically we will split test either landing pages or lead forms depending on markets and other variables. But when it comes to our surveys, our opt-ins, our landing pages, we try to get the 4 main pillars: motivation, timeline, property info, asking price. From there, they also have the option to schedule an appointment with the acquisition managers and call them directly, right? So on the thank you page, after they book an appointment, they have the option to call you directly. So if you answer your phone, you can't get a better speed to lead than that. And results, when leads come in, they look like this. So here, this is an example of what leads would look like. They'll give us all their information. Obviously, I'll block out their contact, but you can see all the information here. So this is what he receives. Now, this is just top of funnel. Second is our middle of funnel retargeting, right? So the way I look at retargeting is it's pretty much capturing low-hanging fruit. And the beautiful thing about retargeting campaigns is that you can get discounted leads. You can get leads discounted for 60 or even 70% of original cost. For example, if let's just say you're getting $100 cost per lead for easy numbers, you can get leads for $30 or $40 just by running retargeting ads, right? These people have clicked, but they might not have opted in for whatever reason. So we want to get in front of them again, right? So we have custom audiences, things like that. Lastly is consistent nurture sequences, touch points, and being omnipresent, right? So the way we do this is by running emails, text messages, ringless voicemails, and the entire goal is to keep them in the loop. That way, whenever they are ready to sell, they'll call us back up, and we can close them out from there. And the entire goal of this process is to generate a steady stream of highly qualified, motivated sellers who need to sell, not just want to sell, right? So my analogy is sellers who are serious, not curious. So an action item you can have for yourself right now is how can you build or find a marketing system that generates sellers who are serious about selling, not curious, right? Sellers who need to sell, not just want to sell. So that's the number one reason why he's getting so much success. Second is our ironclad sales process. We didn't really do much coaching on their sales process because it's already dialed in, right? So having a sales process that focuses on actually keeping the seller, building rapport with them, qualifying them properly is what is making them successful, right? They know how to build conversation. They know how to build rapport. Some people don't talk about building rapport. And if that's what's working for you, keep doing it, right? I'm not going to tell you to change what's working. That's not nice. Next is virtual targeting. Now, this is really interesting to me because a common misconception that I see many investors get whenever they run inbound marketing is that the more markets they go into, the more expensive it gets. But it's actually not that way around. It's the other way around, right? The more markets you go into, the cheaper it gets. So my question for you then becomes, if it's cheaper, what would stop you from going virtual, right? Not having a decimal process, we'll figure it out along the way. Easier said than done, right? And as a result, if we look at the numbers, the broader you go, your CPMs, which stands for cost to reach 1,000 people, it drops, right? And as a domino effect, everything else drops. Your cost per click, your cost per lead, cost per appointment, cost per contract, etc., right? And next, lastly, is an unrivaled disposition process, right? So he said up here you can see it. I just quoted it down here. But they have a crazy dispo process that gets them 3 to 5 offers and feedback within the first 2 hours of going under contract. When you have fast feedback cycles like that, it makes it impossible for you to lose, right? And then another thing as a side note that I thought was really cool that I wanted to add is that he left his 9-to-5 job after doing this for 4 months. So the question is, what is next for Carson and Grant? As you can see here, this was what he posted yesterday because this is when I wrote this case study. His goal is to close 15 to 20 deals per month consistently, which I think we can definitely help him achieve. Expand it to target specific markets by Q3, exactly what we're here. Focus on larger assignment fees. That's what we're working on. If you can get sellers at a deeper discount, negotiate deeper discounts, sell to better buyers and better markets, you get bigger assignment fees. Reduce contract fallout rates to under 5%, hit $100,000 per month consecutively, right? So that's his goal. For us, what we want to do is we want to continually to optimize and scale their ads via data attribution. So we are able to see whenever he sends right here, all the sellers, we can look up the addresses, look at the sellers, where they came from, which campaign, which ad set, which ad they clicked on to become a contract or get terminated, and scale that, right? Now, here's a common misconception that I see most people do or make whenever they run inbound marketing is that they're optimizing for a lower cost per lead as opposed to return on ad spend. And it is my opinion that this is the wrong way to do it. You can optimize for the lowest cost per lead. You can get $5 cost per leads, but it will take you 300 of them to close one deal. So it still doesn't matter. So my advice, or at least how we do it for our clients, is we want to optimize which campaigns get the highest return on their ad spend, the highest return on their money. Because if you look at the numbers right now, hopefully I'm not scrolling too fast, but right now, for the month of December, he's putting in $1 and getting $34 out, right? Like, that's insane. And it's almost unheard of in this industry for a marketing company like us to be able to get that for a client. But that's what we're here for. The second thing we were going to do is help them hire an acquisition manager via the talent acquisition framework, which you can see right here. The way we do is we actually license to our clients our exact ads to hire acquisition managers, give them the playbooks, give them the funnels, and the goal is to get off the phones as soon as possible and build a real asset, a real business where people are closing deals without your presence. And transparently, it is one of the best feelings in the world, not having to be there and seeing your team close deals and make money without you. So we pretty much license our entire playbook. Let's get this out of the way. So we go through hiring criteria, interviewing questions, acquisition, onboarding and ramp guides, lead manager scripts, how to prevent burnout, beginning, middle, and end of day processes, consistent sales wins, as well as objection handling training. So we license that all over to him that way he can scale his business. And third is to scale up their disposition branch, right? So as you may have seen, he is lethal when it comes to dispositions. And they actually have a disposition branch within their wholesaling company to JV with other wholesalers and dispo their deals. So what we're going to do is we want to create a Rolodex of people to connect them with where you would get it under contract and they would dispo it, split it 50-50. And the reason why this is so powerful is because it's not only an extra deal source, it costs nothing, literally, maybe besides costs to close each deal, but it's also a massive profit lever. Right? Because you're not really putting much money. You might build some systems or processes here and there, but overall, it's a massive profit lever that will help them scale drastically. Now, takeaways. What I've noticed with them is that they understood their strengths, and they stuck to them. Carson's acquisitions, Grant's dispo. Stick to what you're best at, right? Especially when you have a partnership. Growing virtual is better and staying local. Now, if you want to stay local because you feel like it's comfortable, that's fine, but now you're giving your competition a helping hand, right? And if you're okay with being average, more props to you, not us, right? Our clients are not those people. When things are working, it's time to double down. For example, right now, things are working very well. It's time to double down, scale it, scale what's working. Next, profit is a breath of fresh air in business, right? It's a one metric that we look at for our clients that shows how efficient their business is. Lastly, this is really completely off topic, but Grant, I actually invited Grant, I think I mentioned this, but I invited Grant to come out to Austin to do a podcast as well as a client vlog together just because I like spending time with clients, right? Who doesn't? And he was like, yeah, I will never turn down the opportunity. So to me, it's whenever opportunities present themselves, take you for anything, right? So it's important to recognize them when they present themselves. So with that said, that's all I have for this video. So if you got any value out of this, please do not forget to like, comment any questions, and subscribe. That way you can see other videos, other case studies of where I show you how to scale to $100,000 per month as a wholesaler. And if you like this video, I think you're also going to like this video up here. It should be somewhere on the top of this video where we help one of our clients, Chris, go from $0 to $214,000 per month in the span of 6 weeks. So I break down everything and you can pretty much implement it inside of your business. Now, if you are a established virtual real estate investor who is looking to scale their real estate wholesaling business with inbound marketing, whether that's Facebook or PPC or even Bing ads, there should be a link in the description. Book a call. I'd love to speak with you personally, show you how we can help. And other than that, that's all I have for this video. I will see you in the next one. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.